Now this game's heating up.
Hey, what's up? I got some more lore content for you guys. Today I have another deck profile for the Targon expansion, which is the Taskmaster Zoo deck. A lot of people are trying variations of this deck because of the recent buff to Taskmaster and Crackshot Corsair, but I want to give you my take on the deck. This deck aims to play very aggressive with a lot of one-cost units. It utilizes both Taskmaster and Von Yip to turn one-costs into absolute powerhouses in terms of stats. It also has some cheeky elusive damage built in. This deck is inspired by the infamous Zoolock archetype from Hearthstone, and can easily overwhelm opponents with how quickly it can flood the board. I want to run through my card choices, explain why they're in the deck, and give you the knowledge to pilot the deck yourself. The code for the deck will be in the description below. Before I get into the deck profile, if you're new, please consider hitting the subscribe button to stay up to date with my content. My current goal is just 1,000 subs, and I'm like 20 away, so it would be awesome if you joined. I also stream on Twitch often, so check me out over there if you want live gameplay of someone who's hit Master Tier 4 times already and recently peaked top 30 players in NA. With that, I hope you enjoyed this deck profile. Alright, so taking an immediate look at the deck, we can see we have a lot of one costs, 20 of them, so literally half the deck is one cost units or spells. So we're going to start off with the best one here, Crackshot Corsair. Recently buffed to have 2 HP now, a little bit more defensive, can survive against other 1/1s, can survive Foul Feast and Make It Rain. Those are the big ups. Basically, whenever any ally attacks and she's on your board, you get 1 extra damage directly to the enemy nexus. This helps proc plunder effects, and it really gets the engine going. So you want to play Crackshot Corsair as early as possible. Usually defense turn 1 is best case scenario, because then she's relatively safe. And then turn 2, that's when you open with Taskmaster after attacking with Corsair, and you just start to snowball from there. So moving along from Crackshot Corsair, which is the bread and butter, the backbone of the deck, we have Fizz, the first one-cost champion here. Fizz is a powerhouse mid and late game actually. You can play him on 1 just for pressure, and not feel too bad if he dies. He basically takes a lot of pressure from your other cards. People are like, oh, we gotta kill Fizz, he's a champion card, we don't want him to level up, but that's not really the point of him. He is here for mid and late game elusive damage. If you ever get him buffed up with, a Taskmaster that had procced and Von Yip, and then you can cast a spell, Fizz becomes elusive for the round. This gets in a lot of direct damage that your opponent is not always ready for. Moving on, we have Jagged Butcher. He's just a good statted one cost unit from these regions. If you plunder with him, you also get the bonus +1/+1, so he gains some extra value from that. After Butcher, we got Jailbreak. So this is a spell that will summon a random one cost follower. You can hit a lot of good one costs here. Other copies of cards that we already run. You can hit Prowling Assassin, you can hit Omen Hawk, you can hit Daring Poros, a lot of good one drops. You can hit Pool Sharks for extra draw, and we'll get to him in a little bit. Jailbreak is basically just like another one drop, essentially. We got 2 Jury Rig. This is also a one drop. It's a 1/1, but if Von Yip is on the board, then he'll become a 3/3. Pretty cool because it's burst speed, so you can use this during combat, both offensively and defensively. So this can be a really tricky card that your opponent is forced to play around. Next we have Pool Shark. Pool Shark is a really big enabler for the deck. Being a 1 mana 1/2 is awesome. You're not ever playing him on turn 1 though. He's more of like a refuel card, so you can play him on turns 3 or 4 and try to get another card that you will be able to play next turn guaranteed, because the cost of this deck only goes up to 4 cost units. After Pool Shark, we got our other champion, Teemo. Teemo is also in here just to be like a pressure sponge. People want to remove him as soon as possible. They will use inadequate Make It Rains to make that happen. They will use the removal on him when he's not actually the build around. But if you ever get a hit in with him, that's awesome. Get shrooms in the opponent's decks. If they draw a shroom, then you get your plunder immediately without even needing to attack. So there's a bonus there. That's why he's in the deck. He has a little bit of innate synergy. After that, we have Cruel Taskmaster, the new Taskmaster, the reason why we run this deck. 2 mana 3/2, already good, aggressively statted unit. Plunder, grant 1 cost allies everywhere +1/+0. This is on the field, in your hand, in your deck, and ones that are summoned by other means. So Jury Rig, Jailbreak, summoned off of Petty Officer, summoned off of Island Navigator. No matter where your 1 cost card comes from, you are getting that +1 attack to it. If you get multiple Taskmasters off, of course this will stack, so you can get your 1 cost to +3, +0 at most, which not really going to happen. You're looking at a +1 most of the time, maybe a +2 if you're lucky, but this goes a long way, especially when synergized with Von Yip, which I will get to later. Next we have Double Trouble. 3 mana spell, summon 2 random 1 cost followers. Of course the synergies here, we're just trying to summon 1 costs. Most of our spells are either summoning 1 cost or drawing us cards, so Double Trouble is just another jailbreak basically, but summoning 2 random ones is awesome. Side note, one of the cool 1-drops you can hit is actually Yeti Yearling, and then he will, on death, put 1 mana 5/5s into your deck, you know, the big Yetis. These Yetis will also get buffed by Taskmaster and by Von Yip because it's technically a 1 cost, so that is something scary to look out for. Next we got Petty Officer, being one of the best 3-drops in the game without even his effect having synergy. He's definitely going to be in here. So the 1 cost follower he gets, also you're never kegging, the 1 cost follower he gets is going to be buffed from Taskmaster of course, and also if Von Yip is on the board he's going to get double buffed. So Petty Officer just being a 2-for-1 deal, and one of them is a 1 cost, is auto include in the deck. Next we have Triple Pick a Card. This is a refuel of course. We're using this to search for Von Yip on turns like 4 or 5 so that you can get extremely big boards and like swing over your opponent by turn 6 or 7. You never run into the problem where the cards that you are fleeting you can't play, because if you're playing Pick a Card at the right time you have mana for everything. Again, most of this deck is 4 cost or lower, with half of it being 1 cost, so you can definitely just like keep playing. It's akin to how Zulok worked in Hearthstone, again to reiterate, with like soul tapping every turn to just draw, play. It's just having more resources and the deck kind of like cycles itself. So really cool. With the Pick a Card and Pool Shark in here, you have enough draw and enough consistency to where you don't run out of steam very easily. Next, Island Navigator. She summons a 1 cost. Bonus, that 1 cost becomes a scout. So this is really cool. If you end a turn with Island Navigator, then you can open with her and the 1-drop that's buffed, and then you can like let that go through and then play more and then attack again. And your opponent's like forced to use resources on the first defense from your scout attack, so it can kind of put you ahead in terms of resources since you get 2 attacks. Here is the other backbone of the deck next to Taskmaster and Crackshot Corsair. We have Von Yip. When you summon a 1 cost ally, grant it +2/+2. Oh my god, this card can make things go so out of control, and 3 HP means it dodges Avalanche, but it dies to all the typical things of, you know, Black Spear, Grasp, Get Excited, Gotcha, but oh man, this card, if you can get him developed safely on turn 4, and then you play Double Trouble after, you just went crazy on the value lottery. Like, you just struck gold. It's so impossible for opponents to deal with if they're already on the back foot at this point. And the final card, we run 2 Zap Sprayfin. When I'm summoned, draw a spell that costs 3 or less from your deck. So this is going to force Pick a Card, which is good. This is going to force Double Trouble, which is good. Jury Rig or Jailbreak. All of them are insanely good targets. So he's an auto include, basically. He's also elusive, so you can get in some extra damage. Too bad he doesn't have any 1 cost synergy, but again, pulling free spells is good enough. It's a mini cycle engine. One last side note, Fizz, when he's an extra copy in his hand, becomes this spell, so you can rally. This has won me so many games already, because with your ambient damage that you've done throughout the game, and with Crackshot Corsairs on the board, and your elusive units, you just have rally, like, built into the deck with Fizz. So that's why he's not usually played early. You can keep him for mid and late. So yeah, just another thing to think about. Kind of insane. I wanted to provide a good foundation for the deck. I encourage players to mess with the numbers and put in whatever twist they like. This deck especially has a lot of different 1-drops that you can run in a bunch of different styles. You can go super draw heavy with like Rummage and Astute Academic, for example. You can run counterfeit copies to put more things in your deck. You can run Poro Cannons because you get 2 one-drop elusives. There's a lot you can do with this deck. It's very open-ended, so I encourage players to try out this foundation first, see what you like, see what you don't like, and then, you know, try to go a bunch of different directions. You can go full-on elusive even, triple Daring Poro, triple Prowling Cutthroat, and just go full elusive Degenerate, and it will work. I promise it will work. This deck is so good actually. It only loses to super hard removal Freljord Shadow Isles decks, but even then you can buff things out of their HP thresholds with Von Yip and just protect your units. You can play a bit slower too, which is cool. This deck is very adaptable and I highly recommend trying it if you like aggressive zoo playstyles. And that about wraps it up for the deck profile. Now here's a live commentary game that I played on stream, so it's going to be a highlight. I'll be trying to give context to why I'm playing certain cards, and hopefully it gives you a feel on how to play the deck. Okay, need Taskmaster ASAP. There he is. Oh, Von Yip is so good with this as well. I forgot. I'm a genius for even putting him in here. I'm a fucking madman, bruh. Okay, so we do... do Corsair. We'll do Teemo next turn. And Taskmaster on 3. That's fine. I don't need to plunder this turn anyways. I guess it was Teemo. This is A-okay. As long as he doesn't play Young Witch. It's okay. It doesn't actually matter. So I'm going to take this, then I'm going to open attack and play Taskmaster plus Butcher, because I'll have the mana to do that. Turn after Von Yip. Seems good. I can also attack with Teemo and just get rid of the Young Witch pressure. No, okay, he's not gonna take it. Then take the damage, buddy. Task and Butcher.
The weak don't deserve mercy.
Flavor and spice. There's plenty
Okay.
of killing left.
And if I can get through next turn, Von Yip Double Trouble, I kind of just like went out on the board, I think. Teemo isn't the best one cost in the deck anymore. Yeah, exactly. He's not.
Feel the sizzle.
Sure. Oh. What? That still kills Teemo. I mean, Tracker. I don't know. As soon as Von Yip resolves, I think this is kind of over. We can block here.
You a looker.
This is fine. Nah, whatever. I ain't too harmed by this.
A morsel of regret.
I did my best.
He could have single combat's like the only thing that cucks me. Even then, like Cithria dies too. And I still have my Taskmaster buff on the rest of my dudes, so I should be alright.
Break their spirits and their souls.
Oh, we're good. Let's do Double Trouble. Oh, huge. I just got a 5/3 Fleet Feather Tracker. Okay, this deck might be insane. I need to stop the stream before people figure this out.
I've got your back.
I'll burn for what I've done.
A 1-mana 5/4 without Plunder.
Feed Demacia.
Killing the Young Witch. Attacking here because it's safe. Attacking here is safe because it still trades well. Attacking here is safe. This will get barriered. This will get killed, so seems good enough for me.
This will not take long.
I'll stop you.
Okay, it's supposed to be pretty far ahead now. Even Genevieve,
No.
like, kind of doesn't salvage this. And I have refill. Oh man. Every trade is good trade because they're all one cost. Exactly. Pog.
The quiet of the woods. There's nothing.
Alright, let's see what she can do.
Hold nothing back.
Kills my 2/3, makes sense.
My tenure.
And then I can petty. Summon a 1 cost.
I need more hands.
Does the summon order and double troll matter? I don't think it does.
Run them through.
I think it happens simultaneously or something. It's not even good for him. I knew Genevieve wouldn't be enough. My units are too strong. Like he's actually struggling to keep up.
What could have been?
Yeah, this deck is hella dumb. It is monkey mode. Oh my god, random crackshot Corsair. You'll love to see it.
Go Pix! You fly on, cute little smush ball! Yeah, you did it! There's nothing a good giggle can't fix.
Always forward.
Captain's orders. Bullet.
Your conquest ends here. Return me to the sea.
Do not fear the shrouded path.
Or the path with the talking lilies.
Come on, buddy, you gotta block. You gotta block the 5. That's the only way you live with 1. And I can refill again. This deck is so cool. Another crack shot. Yeah, good luck winning this turn. Oh, another one. Oh, she died to a shroom. This deck is so fun. I can't believe I was able to keep up with a Zed Lulu Demacia deck. The whole theme of that deck is board control. And just playing really good minions. And that's it for this one. Instead of a pre-recorded video, I decided to cut a part of my Twitch VOD because I just had so much fun with that game, and I'm pretty sure you can tell. This deck is extremely enjoyable, and I think it has a lot of potency as well. A lot of people are going to be like playing it and stuff because I've seen a couple different iterations, but yeah. So I just want to say, you know, hit me up over on Twitch, follow me there if you liked what you saw, because that's usually how I portray myself. I'm usually just like more loud and I'm having more fun and stuff and talking to chat. So follow me over there if you're interested in how different the video was compared to my usual deck profiles. So with that, please like and subscribe if you thought this video was informative or entertaining. It really helps me out since I'm still trying to grow. I'll be releasing more deck profiles, guides, and gameplay highlights in the near future. Thank you so much for watching and have a good one. Laters.